Welcome back to the channel. What you're looking at right now is the exterior of the Library of Congress, and this is the interior. It is absolutely beautiful. In my estimation, it is the most beautiful building in Washington, D.C. You're never going to find a more ornate and well-decorated structure than this. It is absolutely breathtaking. You're not going to regret coming here. Let's begin by talking about location. What you're looking at right now is the Library of Congress. Kind of has almost like a grayish, tannish stone structure. If you are behind the U.S. Capitol building, the Supreme Court building is on your left, and the Library of Congress is on your right. There is the Capitol building right there. There's a few things you should know. First off, you cannot just walk right up to the Library of Congress. In order to gain access, you have to have a pass. Well, the good news is you can get a same-day pass. In other words, when you show up, you just scan a QR code, fill out some information. That's a QR code right there, and you will have access to the building. When you first walk in, what you're going to look at right now is the entrance hall, and it is absolutely breathtaking. This video does not do it justice in the size and scope and just the burst of color. You think you're at Europe in some type of cathedral. It is just absolutely beautiful. The Library of Congress has almost every single book that was published in the United States, and one of its prized collection is this right here, the Gutenberg Bible. There's only a handful of these in the world. That Bible right there is worth literally millions. We're headed to the Grand Reading Room, and in order to get there, you have to check your bags, and you are hard-pressed to find a more beautiful room anywhere, not only in the United States, but in the world. This room is absolutely spectacular. It's probably one of the most well-decorated, ornate rooms you will ever find anywhere in the entire world. Now, one of the things that may surprise you about our visit here to the Library of Congress, which has, again, almost every single book that's been published in the United States, is that you're not going to come across a lot of books that you're going to have access to. This Grand Reading Room, we're walking through a circular area, and you see these people here are looking up. That's because the ceiling is absolutely beautiful, but you're not going to really come across any books while you're here. You're going to see books on shelves, but you're not going to be able to walk around, pick out a book and start to read it and things like that. It's just not what they do here. What they do, these people that you see sitting here are researchers. They have special passes, and you can get one. You have to do it in advance in order to actually have access to the books of the Library of Congress. But you're not gonna see books in the Library of Congress. You're gonna see them, but you're not gonna be able to have access to any books. The purpose behind the Library of Congress was to have a place where knowledge could be stored. So when lawmakers wanted to make laws, they could go to the Library of Congress and do research and gather information, so that laws could be based on facts and sense. Now, over the years, that this building, of course, has changed. It's not that it doesn't serve that purpose anymore. Now, there are sister buildings that are not accessible by the public, that's not too far away, where they do store buildings where lawmakers do access this information for lawmaking purposes. You're not just left to your own devices to roam the halls and try to figure things out. There are folks here to help you understand what the Library of Congress is and answer any of your questions, and they are extremely helpful. As you can see, there are benches and chairs available for you to sit down and enjoy the scenery and view. There is an elevated upper level where you can look at that main reading room and get a different perspective on that room. There is more to see, but before moving on, I do want to talk a little bit more about access to the Library of Congress. For the most part, you can get a same-day pass. However, in the busy summer months, sometimes that's not always possible. Another part of the Library of Congress that I definitely recommend you take a look at is going to be the Thomas Jefferson Library, but there are periodic shows that happen at the library. This right here is one of them, and it's a photo display But here we're entering the Jefferson Library. Many of you know that Jefferson donated his collection to kind of get the library started, and he had a massive book collection which was very, very prized at his day. And as you can see, all the books in the Jefferson Library that you're looking at right here are behind glass, so you can't even touch them. These books are extremely valuable. My regular listeners know that I specialize in fun and interesting things to do in the DC metro area. So if you're looking for something to do, please check out my channel for dozens of ideas. The best way you can support my channel is to like and subscribe. Now, if you were disappointed coming to the Library of Congress and not being able to touch any books, well, you're in luck, because there are some books that not only are you able to touch, but you're also able to buy, and that all happens in the gift shop, which is where you are right now. If you have ever been to the Library of Congress, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. I look forward to reading and responding to them. Thank you for watching.